We're Kayde and Katrina, and this is our van.
So I have kind of a cool story about this van. I bought it from one of my high school best friends, and I was with him when he bought it when we were freshmen in high school. Those early years of high school, I was riding in the passenger seat, you know, all the time. So it's really cool that I already have a bunch of memories in this van, and when he said he was gonna sell it, I kind of just jumped on it, went for it, and we converted it out. So it's really cool to see this van just get a whole new life, and we're super excited to show you what we've done to the inside.
Before we get started, we wanted to let you know that we have made videos for all parts of the van build. So throughout the video, look for cards over here, and also we'll put links in the description. Welcome to our humble abode, Henry. Henry is a 91 GMC Vandura, and Kayde told me to tell you it has the 350 in it. The first thing we did in our conversion were the floors. They turned out really well. We kept the front carpet, so that's the original up there. It just wasn't worth it converting it up there. It didn't need to be. And then we also kept the walls. We kept all the insulation that it already had. Everything's original on the walls. And a lot of like fixtures and wood, and honestly, we love that decision that we made because it was so nice being able to keep some of the character that the van had originally. And right here, we have our nice old pantry. Keeps all of our cooking supplies and our food. This strap obviously keeps it closed when we take crazy turns, and you have no idea how many times we've started driving and been like, did you do the strap? And we have to pull over and do it. We used to not do the strap because we were risky. We never had any problems until one time we took this real big curve really fast, and it goes flying open, and you see these glass bowls here that I thought were a great idea. They came flying out and glass everywhere. It looks pretty bare right now, but usually it's jam-packed full. We put like pantry food in here. We have our plates, strainers, spices up here, also tin foil, saran wrap, plastic bags. Then we have all our Tupperware. What do you guys say?
Tupperware.
Because I say Tupperware. Cast iron. The most important thing, our smoothie blender. Yeah, it holds a lot, and it has worked out really well for us so far. This winter, we plan on just like working on reorganizing it and getting it as space efficient as possible. Moving on to my favorite part of the van, the toilet. Look at it. We decided to add the toilet kind of as like a last minute thing. We honestly this van's kind of small and we didn't think we could fit a toilet in it, but we last minute found out we could, and best decision we've made in the van build so far. I love it. And we've seen a lot of tours where people say that they only use their toilets for like peeing and they don't use it for anything else, but that's not the case. We use it for everything and we love it. So it doesn't hold a lot, but we find that we like using it and it's worth using it. We don't mind dumping it, and we haven't had any issues with like smells or anything. It's honestly like the best little toilet ever. So we keep the toilet paper right behind here, and just conveniently right behind the toilet, we're gonna put some stakes, I guess you could call, to put the toilet paper on, because every time you slide it back, the toilet paper falls off the back and you gotta go digging back there. So that's a little upgrade, but otherwise this thing works good. And then you sit here and you have a view out the window. So it's on these very heavy duty slides, and they're locking as well. So the toilet's not gonna come flying out when we take a turn. Also, it is very conveniently located. You have your choice of reading material while you go to the bathroom. Oh, just kidding. See, it just fell off. I can't get it back. There. This bookshelf had a TV here previously, and we took a lot of time trying to decide what we wanted to create it into, turn it into, but we opted on a bookshelf. Kayde and I are both big readers, we love it, and having the bookshelf has been great, even though it was a pain to build. Since, as you can see, we can't stand up in this van, we keep our handy dandy little stools behind the driver's chair, and it works perfect. So when we're doing dishes, anything, we sit down here, scoot around on them, make food, throw away our trash, yeah. So usually when we're eating, one of us sits here and one of us sits on the bed, and it works really well for us. So behind this driver's side seat, along with our little stools, we also keep reflectics. We have one for every single window cut out, and it's really convenient to have them up here because we pull up to somewhere, we can throw them up and stay for the night.
All right, so in this cabinet, we keep our trash can. It slides out like this. Nothing fancy about it. It was kind of a pain to build it on slides, but it's so worth it. Got it on soft close. And then below the trash can, we have our whole electrical setup. So down here, we have the Jackery 500. This little guy has been awesome so far. We charge it with the van while it's running. We ran a 12-volt extension cord back to the back where there's a plug-in. And whenever we're driving, we just plug it in, it charges it up. And we run our fridge, our fan, we charge our phones, we charge our camera batteries. Overall, it's been really awesome. Oh, and we also run our blender off of it every morning. So up here you can see we have an actual AC outlet, which is pretty cool. All we did was we ran an extension cord from the inverter on that battery up to the spot where there was already a hole in the wall, so we just filled it with an outlet. And it's pretty key. We plug our blender in here and make our smoothies right here. The fridge and the fan are both DC, so they're 12 volt. And what I did for those is I just used the 12 volt car plugs. And I have a splitter down there, and I just plug both of them in, plug it right into the Jackery, and it runs both the fridge and the fan. So our fridge is the 50-liter fridge from Iceco. Kind of like a Dometic, but it was a lot cheaper. About half the price, so that's why we went for it. We also have this on slides, so it just slides out here. And also locks in just like the toilet. And we just open it like this. Right now it's empty, but usually it's completely full of stuff. If you saw our last video, you know what I'm talking about. It might look a little bit crowded right now, but we never feel cramped in here, even with the fridge out. Originally, we weren't even gonna put a fridge in this van. We were just gonna roll with a cooler. And we thought about that for a while, and we didn't even try it once. We were like, you know what? We're just going all in, gonna get a fridge. And so far, it's one of the best decisions we made. This fridge is also super efficient. It has an eco mode, which means it runs on less power. And that's pretty much all we use. It's really awesome. So definitely recommend this fridge. So as you can see, we put butcher block countertops in our van, both sides. This is definitely not a necessity. It's kind of a luxury, but we really, really enjoy it. Definitely worth the money. In this space here, we have enough space to cook in here if we need to. Probably would get a little hot in here, but that's okay. We have the fan. And we've never had to do that yet. We usually do all of our cooking outside, but we are still set up for a rainy day if that happens. Also, we got a little guy, Puffy, comes with us on all of our adventures. Sometimes he likes to slide around on this cabinet, but usually he stays right there. So above me here, we have our MaxxAir Fan. This was probably the most intimidating part of our build, cutting a big old hole out of the roof. But we're super happy that we did it. I was honestly super amazed at how much it controls the temperature in the van. Just having moving air in here helps so much. Originally, we only had that little fan over there, but now we got this big roof fan, and it's pretty awesome. It's got 10 speeds, it can go in and out, and it also has a built-in rain cover, which is awesome. Even if it's raining, we can still run the fan. We don't have solar panels on our roof yet, but we are planning to do that soon. Charging with the van works really well so far, but that means that we can't really stop and stay in one spot for too long. And if we do, our battery's just gonna die. So it'd be really nice to have some solar on the top just to keep us topped up while we're sitting in one spot. And the last thing about the electrical system is the lights in here. You can see we got these 4 kind of retro looking camper lights. These came with the original conversion with the van, and they're run off of the van battery up front. So at first we were a little bit worried about using them too much and running our battery dead, but we've got to the point where we've used them for a few hours at a time and nothing happens. So we actually really like these lights.
Welcome to our kitchen. Starting off, we got a big sink, which was crazy that we were able to fit it in this little van, but we do not regret it. We love this thing. We also have a faucet that swivels 360 and has a pull down. That was essential. We can take showers if we want outside the van. It's so nice. We run our water system with a pump. This foot pump is dual action. So when you pump down and when you release, water comes out both, you know, whatever that's called.
Up and down.
Both actions. This is our soap for our sink and hands, dishes, everything. We put it up here and it's so nice because it doesn't fly around on the counter when we're driving. We also have a baby drawer, guys. It's our silverware. Love this little drawer. So for our water system, we have 2 5-gallon freshwater tanks, and then we have 1 5-gallon gray water tank, and we have only forgot to change the gray water tank one time and had an overflow. So only once, guys. We learn quick. Also, have to point out the most adorable knobs in the whole world. I love, love, love them. My mom gifted them to us, and they bring so much character to this little space. We love it. So to fill up our water tanks and also to drain them, we just take them out to fill them up and we take them out to drain them. We have quick releases on our tanks and it makes it super simple. Easy to release, take them out, fill them up, bring them back in. That system has worked really well for us so far. For Kayde, I should say. We call this here our baby wall, and we placed it here to give a little separation between the bed area and the kitchen area. Love it so far. Also, we have a towel rack. It gave us some extra space to be able to build things, so we put a towel rack here, and it's perfect for drying dishes in our hands. The next feature in our kitchen that we really love, it's been so nice for extra space, is our flip-up counter. It's very convenient, easy to use, perfect for chopping vegetables while Kayde's outside cooking. Then we also put our paper towel holder right here. A genius idea. You need to think of where you want to put your paper towels in your van. It's so convenient. Even when I'm sitting in the passenger seat and we're driving, I'll reach back here and grab a paper towel if I need it. It's awesome. Moving right along to bed. So this is our bedroom area. We put a full-size mattress in here, and we only had to cut it short by like 5 inches. They're normally 75 inches. We did 70, and it has worked really well. We sleep on it lengthwise. We were making this decision when we were building the van. It's just not space efficient to have it the other way, to sleep on it the other way. It takes up way too much space. So we really like the way that we have the bed, and honestly, Kayde and I don't need a lot of space when we're sleeping, so it's worked for us, and it actually feels like a lot of space. We feel like we have extra space when we're on it, and we pile up with like a lot of pillows, you guys, and they all fit. So moving on to our linen closet. We keep our towels and all of our bathroom stuff up here, toiletries. Right now it works really well. I want to keep it as a linen closet, but eventually I would like to build a toiletry cabinet right here for when we move into this thing full time. It's gonna be way more convenient that way. This bad boy is original to the van. I've only hit my head on it a few times. Where's our closet, you might be wondering? So it's under here actually. What we have to do to get to it is move our 1,000 pillows. We move our topper out of the way, and then just easily pick this up. So nice. Kayde put it on hydraulics, and a game changer. You have to have those. Under here is our closet. I have a side, Kayde has a side. Keep camera gear under here, all of our clothes. Right now it's looking a little bare, but it can get pretty full under here. And so far we love using this as storage. We don't find it annoying getting under here. Every once in a while it'll be pretty funny. Someone will be on the bed and you kind of roll them up in the topper like a taco, and you open the bed and they can still be on it and you can open it. We opted to build a fixed bed. It gives us way more storage under the bed. We don't ever have to worry about moving things around to convert it. We like it this way. It gives us less sitting space, but being able to have the storage that we needed was more essential to us. The last thing we wanted to point out was this mural that I painted. Something that I really enjoy is just like making little customizations anywhere you can to make something feel a little more like yours. And being able to paint this mural was a big one. I was super excited about it, and Kayde's so open to any of my ideas. So it was super fun and it turned out beautiful and we love it. It feels like part of the van now.
All right, last thing, we're gonna go over to the garage. So back here, we keep a lot of just random stuff. We have some tools, our emergency stuff, our stove, our cook table, extra water, our levelers, stuff like that. We're also gonna keep camping gear back here. And we built our bed pretty tall, so it's really nice to just be able to throw a bunch of stuff back here. And the only downside is that you have to come around to the back to get to it, but it's not so bad. One of the upgrades that we plan on doing this winter is building a cook table into the van somehow, like either on one of the doors or something like that. So we will gain a little bit of storage by getting rid of our cook table. So recently we've been keeping our drinking water back here separately. We used to just drink the water straight out of the faucet, which was clean and okay to drink, but we ended up running through our water way too fast that way. So now what we do is keep an extra 7 gallons of drinking water back here. So that's a total of 7 drinking and 10 for the sink. And so far we can last about a week on that, which is really awesome.
When we first started thinking of building a van, one of our requirements was that we wanted to be able to stand up. But then this van came up for sale and it felt too good to pass up. And we didn't pass it up, as you can see.
Obviously. Both of us are pretty tall. I'm 6 foot, you're 5'9", right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, and this van only has about 5'1" ceiling maybe, so we definitely can't stand up very much at all in here. But when we were thinking about buying it, we realized that the reason that we wanted to get a van is because we wanted to be outside more, right? We wanted to be able to travel, to wake up in really cool places, go out and explore, and being able to stand up in your van isn't really a requirement for that. I kind of think of it like staying in a fancy tent all the time, because I'm used to tent camping. So that's kind of what it feels like. You're just in a luxury tent that you can drive around.
Out of all of the things that we thought we needed in a van, standing up was the only thing that we didn't get, and we're still super happy with it. Because we can't stand up in this van, we made this bed so we could sit up straight in the van. And that was definitely a need, so we at least could sit in here and not feel like we're always hunched.
Right.
Yeah.
We spent a lot of time planning out our design, and when we were building, we thought very carefully about not only building specific places for things in the van, but also the layout itself flows really nicely. So even though we fit a lot of stuff in here, it doesn't ever feel cramped, even with 2 people and a little doggy.
Yeah, yeah, and that was really important to us.
So if you're watching this right now and you're thinking about building a van for yourself, just let this be a little word of encouragement to you. It's definitely possible, it's definitely doable, and you don't have to spend tens of thousands of dollars to do it. Pretty soon we're gonna come out with a little budget video to show you how much we actually spent on this van, and let me tell you, we got it for a steal. So Of course, there are things that we splurged on, there are places where we cut some corners, and you kind of just got to decide what's going to work for you and your van. So right now we're not currently living in this van, but we did build it so that we can do so. It's coming up on winter right now, so we're just going to stay home in our hometown for the winter, save up some money, and then next year we're going to do lots of traveling in the van. So make sure you subscribe if you want to follow us on our little journey. Thanks for watching this video and checking out our van. If you have any questions about our build at all, something we didn't mention, something you're curious about, just let us know in the comments. We'll be sure to answer all of those. And definitely go check out our other videos. We got lots of cool stuff.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one.